Bitcoin is pulling the exact same fractal as in 2023, and the next major trade setup is forming for Bitcoin. The USDT dominance is also signaling for a next move towards the downside, which could lead for a massive money rotation back in crypto. Also, the Onchain data is confirming that this could be the Bitcoin bottom, and the next major move towards the upside could happen within the next weeks. We will dive into that and way more in today's video, but first of all, I would really appreciate you guys to follow me over on X and of course to subscribe over on my YouTube channel if you love those daily update videos. You can always like those daily update videos, and let's dive right away into the content, because what we can see here is that Bitcoin has been creating a perfect double bottom structure in 2023. If we convert that price action towards the days right now, we are doing the exact same thing. Let's dive right away into it, because Bitcoin have been creating a downward sloping resistance line here in 2023. If you look in 2025, that is exactly what Bitcoin did. Then Bitcoin pushed towards the upside, breaking resistance, and pushed towards the upside without any retests. That is exactly what we have been seeing right over here. So Bitcoin pumped towards the upside pretty heavily, and we didn't have a retest at all. Then Bitcoin topped out right over here. That's exactly what we have been doing right over here. Then Bitcoin started to create resistance towards the downside. That is exactly what we saw right over here. And after that, this is a really interesting part, because the resistance was broken right over here, confirming that Bitcoin has done a double bottom pattern. And after that retest right over here, Bitcoin started to rally towards the upside like crazy. And right now the perfect retest is happening once again on Bitcoin. And if we look what happened in 2023, that was a massive move that followed after this double bottom pattern. And why is a double bottom pattern so important? This means that we have been creating a really good structure on the lower side with a good amount of orders, with institutional bias, with entities scaling in Bitcoin, with a good floor, a good fundamental, and that is exactly what we want for the next major rally towards the upside. Why is this so similar more than you think? And look at these fractals right over here. The Bitcoin price set a bottom and pumped towards the upside like crazy, and that was a really good rally, and that's exactly what we have been seeing right over here. And you could have made big profits from of that move, but the price went so fast towards the upside that probably institutions and entities who wanted to scale in more Bitcoin around these prices couldn't get their orders filled. And what do they do then? They will push the price even lower towards the exact same point they want to scale into Bitcoin. And after that, the good bottom was set, and the bottom was set to start the next move towards the upside. That is exactly what we have been seeing right over here. A massive move towards the upside. Institutions want to scale in more Bitcoin, push the price towards the downside. Right over here they are scaling in Bitcoin. Right over here they did too. And after that the Bitcoin price exploded towards the upside. And that is the exact phase we are entering right now. And these moves won't be small, because we have seen it in 2023 before. And new all-time highs followed after that major double bottom pattern which we are creating right now. Also, if you look at the USDT dominance, we can see that we are still in this massive range. But we are in a very interesting point in the market. We are at the top side of this range, and we need to reject here for Bitcoin to pump further towards the upside. Why? Because if the USDT dominance resist from of this top side of the range, that means that people are scaling their stablecoins back in crypto and Bitcoin, and it will cause for a money flow into those assets, and which will lead for a major move towards the upside, because everyone is buying Bitcoin again. Right here we could see that every single time we tapped that top side, the USDT dominance went down towards at least this support zone. That is what I'm expecting next. But if you look at the 4-hour time frame here, or even on a daily time frame, we can see that we are breaking structure towards the downside. Right here we set a interesting low, and this low we lost on the USDT dominance, and that is exactly what we want, because the shift has shifted towards the trend has shifted towards the downside. Right now we are in a very interesting level on the USDT dominance, and I expect a next major move towards the downside for the USDT dominance, which will lead for a massive money flow back into Bitcoin and crypto. This shift could start a next major rally towards the upside for Bitcoin. But how can we anticipate on the next major move towards the upside? If we look at the chart we have been drawing yesterday, I said, okay, we have been supported by the lower side of this range, which is pretty good, but I really want to see a shift towards the downside happening for Bitcoin, and for that I want to see a break of this high getting created with a candle open and a candle close. And I expected that this could be a fake out towards the upside, and that is exactly what we have been seeing. So Bitcoin pumped towards the upside, didn't get a fully candle close and open above, and after they dropped the price below this low, below this high. That is why it is always so important to wait for the right confirmations, because otherwise we would have been tricked in a trade right now. And if you look at the 5-minute time frame, we were trapped in that trade, and we were in a wrong trade, because we know that we need to see a gain for the price to eventually go up, and we didn't see that yet. So for now, the thing and the setup is still the same. This blue line, that is a line of approximately $90,300. I really want to see that getting broken with the candle open and close. I don't really think we will see that this weekend, because volume and volatility is so low that I don't think they want to push the price above this high. If that happens, I'm not gonna trust it and wait on Monday to see the real confirmations. But if that happens, we can wait for a push towards the upside, a push towards the downside, and open up long positions from off that point. For now, no trigger, so I'm not doing anything in the market. But if something unfolds in the market, please make sure to be prepared. Please make sure to follow me over on X and to subscribe over on my YouTube channel to never miss daily update videos like these, and to never miss the next trade setup ever again. And also you can join my free community with the first link in the description, and I will keep you posted about every single setup right over there. And if you want to trade all those moves over on your favorite exchanges, please make sure to sign up through the links in the description over on WeX and Blowfin. These are the best exchanges to trade those moves on. If you want to trade over on those exchanges, you can find a link in the description, and you will have the best trading circumstances possible over on these exchanges. Then, if we look at some on-chain data, we can see that at approximately $90,000, Bitcoin Mayer multiplied has been higher 87% of the time. Historical speaking, that means that Bitcoin is trading cheap with this 200 days moving average. And that means that the 200 days moving average is approximately around the $105,000. If we look in the past, we can see that this was a really great opportunity to buy your Bitcoin to eventually towards that $105,000 level. Right over here, we have seen a great buy opportunity, and we saw a pullback towards that 200 days moving average. Right here, we saw the exact same thing happening. Great opportunity on the Mayer multiply score, then a move towards the upside towards that 200 day moving average. Right here, we saw the exact same. Right here, we saw the exact same, and we started to rally further towards the upside. But quietly seen, if we are below this 200 days moving average, it is a really great buy of approximately $90,000 towards at least the 200 days moving average, which means a price of approximately $105,000 right now. And that is easily a move of 15%, which you can manage to scale in right now, because historical speaking, these moves happen at least towards the 200 days moving average, and it is really a good signal what we are seeing right now. And ending with that, I would really appreciate you to follow me over on X and to subscribe over on my YouTube channel if you love those daily update videos, and I will see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.